Welcome to the Mind of the Exoticpreneur Health and Wellness Edition. Hey, listen, I'm your friend, your host, your gentleman. This woman is from Wisconsin. She's Tiffany, as in the high-end luxury brand that you need to spend a little bit of money on to get next to. Feel me? The high quality Wisconsin Tiff is in the building. Thank you for coming to the Mind of the Exoticpreneur. So before we get all into it, I'm going to give a special shout out to Essiac Max for our introduction and us and you gracing the presence of coming on Club DOD for just sharing your knowledge and information as a professional OF girl, as an adult performer, and as the queen of the bangs. You know what I'm saying? As the queen bang gang. So shout out to Max, SEK Max, and Club DOD, which is our co-show that we produce together in our introduction. So I want to always give a homage to the people how we connect. No haters around here. So shout out to Max on that. Thanks, Max. Good looking, my boy. Okay, so first thing first, if you can share a little bit of background about yourself, in regards to if they haven't know you, how did they get to know you? As in, how did you get on the scene in the adult entertainment industry and its pros and cons of that?
I started back in 2021 March. I thought I started in February of 2021, but apparently I made a Twitter account and started preparing. But March 1st is actually my fifth year anniversary of being in the on OnlyFans, and I started TikTok in that, I believe, December 2020, and then it kind of blew up a little bit in January. So and then once I figured if I got enough subscribers, I would start an OF. I didn't know what OF was until 2 months before starting. So yeah, I started that, and I was doing a lot of live streaming on TikTok and OnlyFans, and that's how I made a lot of my money, from live streaming for up to 15 hours a day. And so yeah, it was a lot. I mean, if you think about it, you don't have a publicist or any like marketing team, so that's your like free marketing for yourself.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
yeah, so Twitter and OF basically was the platforms because they tuning in now. So how would you normally acquire basically fans to even tune in? Was that mostly on like Instagram or Facebook, or was it word of mouth, or how did people really get to know you? Like
On TikTok live streaming.
TikTok?
That's
Okay.
how they got to see my personality. And then they would go subscribe to my OnlyFans. So back then I didn't really utilize Instagram because it wasn't really, I mean, I had it as the link, but reels weren't a thing back then. It
Yeah.
wasn't really popular. It was mostly photos. But and Facebook I didn't even utilize, but now I do because I have that platform too as well. That
Yeah.
I just post on the reels on there.
Okay, cool beans. So first thing first, before I get all the way into it, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Make sure that y'all tap into West Coast Tiff on Instagram. And how do they find you on OF and Twitter?
They can just Google me, Wisconsin Tiff. My stuff will come up. Yeah,
Easy.
I'm all over Google.
Yeah, we love it. We love it real quick. Now you share with me, which is what prompted the main thing of us even getting on this show and getting on icon, was health and wellness, but especially herbal health and natural healing, healthy education on just body positivity, by good body health, mental health, physical health, and spiritual health. And that got me super excited to even connect with you because I'm a person that's believes strongly in a healthy mind and a healthy body give you healthy results. And how could you tell me a little bit about how you get into that, or was you raised into it, was you born into it? You know what I mean?
My entire life, I come from a family where my father was a ginseng digger or a ginseng hunter, and then he done morel mushrooms, and he knows a lot about plants and flowers and herbs, and um, that's where it kind of started. So I had some education when it comes to nature, such an early age. It wasn't until I want to say because I'm almost 38 now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You almost what?
38.
The fuck out of here. Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Man, Lord have mercy. Ooh, man, yes, you are. Yes, Lord.
We grew up not, well, I would say it was kind of back and forth. My father was a single father, so there were times where we went to McDonald's. I haven't had McDonald's since 2012, but there were, most of the time, my father was all about, we have to eat this many fruits and vegetables every day. And I just have been eating fruits and vegetables almost every day my entire life. Of course, there will be days where I go without because I'll be traveling and it's kind of hard. But for the most part, I have my fridge is full of fruits and vegetables that are like snacks and stuff. But I started doing homeopathic remedies back in, I think, 2018 is when I had started. So I even have one right here. It's called Arsenica Album, and it's for if you have nausea or if you're like, yeah, you have nausea, diarrhea, upset stomach. So this is really good for that. But I just realized I have homeopathic all over the place. But homeopathic, I don't know. I've noticed that not a lot of people know this. I mean, unless you're really into it, is that you're never supposed to place it next to herbs. Like, you never want to brush your teeth with peppermint and then take a homeopathic remedy because it's gonna like cancel it out.
Right. That's a counter.
Yeah. So I'm like, I realized I like had it close to something, but I went to this store and I bought it, and they were gonna put all of my essential oils in with the same bag, and I told them to put it separately, and I was like, how can you run a place and you don't even know that you're not supposed to even have two together? Like, so anyways, yeah. I think I said 2018 or maybe it was 2009. No, I did start taking some. I just didn't start having like big kits until 2019. And then I have a kit in my pantry, and then I have a bunch of like random homeopathic of those different ones. But yeah, that's when it started. And then I want to say 2023 is when I started getting more stuff. So like there's this stuff called Essiac.
Essiac.
And it's spelled backwards. It's backwards is the doctor's name. So originally she was the one curing cancer by she made these blends of stuff, and she was giving it to cancer patients, and their tumors were shrinking. And then the doctors were coming in, and they didn't like that they were losing money, and they told her she had to get out of the hospital. So she said, okay. So she opened her own, and they were still going to her, and then they shut that down. Anyways, she created this thing, this drink, and there's also, I think you can also get herbs and stuff, but the main root, I cannot remember, it's on the thing, is from a native tribe. So she talked to a Native Americans, and they told her that this herb is what helps with tumors, shrinking them. And it's, I don't think it's burdock root. I don't know if it's that one, but there's this root in it that is supposed to be really good, and it's like the main thing. But I have a feeling like they've changed the packaging of the ingredients, because it's gotten so I wouldn't say mainstream, but I don't know who owns it.
Is it this?
It's in a green bottle.
It's in a green bottle?
Yeah, well, I'm sure it can come in different forms. Like, it's just the name of the doctor's name spelled backwards. So but yeah, I'm sure it comes in different bottle forms. The one that I had gotten, unless they updated the packaging. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool.
They have different things of it, but that is that's supposed to be really good stuff.
Okay. Okay, because you know it's good stuff when they got a throwback old 1920s picture of the person. It's like, oh yeah, this was the good stuff when they figured it out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much when I had started. And then I'm constantly trying to find new things. So chlorophyll is one that's supposed to be good for you. The other chlorophyll, people think that it's referring to the chlorophyll that you put over someone's mouth and make them pass out.
Right, secret agent stuff out here.
Yeah, no. And then when I have a bottle of chlorophyll in my pantry, and someone saw it, I was like, no, it's not what you think. It's actually an ingredient. You can drink it. It's not.
The
It's
good
not.
grain.
Yeah, it's not what you think. It's not anything. It's not poison.
Yeah, a lot of people when people tell me about chlorophyll, tell that they take chlorophyll, I say, ooh, y'all got the good stuff right there. I say y'all gonna be ninjas at night and super saiyans in the daytime, you know.
Yeah.
So so just the fact that you're telling me about you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables virtually almost every day, even while traveling, you know, working it in. As you can see, if people don't see when they do see this interview, the fact that the proof is in the pudding, because I swear for Jesus, I did not peg you being basically a mid-80s baby.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she, you know, because of your maturity and your addiction, I was like, oh, 24, 25 when I met you. The fact that
Yeah.
we are in the same space,
Mm-hmm.
this is the results, people, of eating right, eating healthy, and maintaining good daily habits on your health habit. Now, because you've been eating that, and could you tell me a little bit more about the ginseng root and you know, why did your father get into it, and how did do you take that now, any type of ginseng and like that, and how does that help you throughout your day area?
So ginseng, my father was a ginseng hunter for many, many years. And he would sell it. So we wouldn't keep it. We would sell it. And it's very you can make a lot of money. So you can make it's only open during a certain season. So it's not like you can't just go out and dig it and sell it, because it's illegal, and you have to have a license.
Oh wow.
And if you're trying to dig it in Wisconsin and you're not a resident, you have to get a license. And they're very strict. People have gone to prison for yeah. So anyways, my father would dig it, and he would sell it to the buyer, and then they would ship it off to whatever country is going to buy it. But it's like legit Wisconsin ginseng that I know exact spots where it's at, but I won't be saying, because
Right.
because yeah. So, and then the golden seal leaves too. You can get those down in Tennessee. There's valleys, and usually when you selling them dry is gonna, I think, make more money because it weighs less.
Oh, I see.
So what we would do is I would pick all the golden seal leaves with my dad and put them in garbage bags, and we would just do it all day long, and it would be my brother and I, and he'd have us free labor. Now he would pay my brother and I, because he would make a ton of money doing that. So we thought it was worth it to me. So I never really had a job, like a regular job. So I guess that was like the job. You know, I had weird gigs as a job picking golden seal leaves. And then when we'd get back, to dry them out, we would place them all and out on this either on a screen, you know, like a window screen.
Okay. Yeah.
So this was down in Tennessee. Everything's kind of you just get window screens, and you dry the ginseng on them, and then you dry the golden seal leaves on there too. Or we would go in the trailer and we would place all the leaves on the floor and let them and then the door would be shut, obviously, and it would get so hot that they would all dry up and shrivel up, and be perfect for when we would have to sell them the next day. So
wow.
we pick them all up and but yeah, for the ginseng, you got to be very careful with the root. You don't want to break the root. So when you're digging it, you want to make sure that you're digging around because they don't like when the root is broken. And then, yeah, when you bring them home, you clean them off. We used to have these like 1980 washing machines where it was the one where there was nothing on the top, and it would wash the ginseng and then get all the dirt. And then, yeah, and then we lay it out on the screens.
The screen clear tape. From there.
Yeah, and then at the big places where they would have a lot, they would take the fresh ginseng and they'd have this, like, it looked like a huge greenhouse, but it wasn't. And they'd have screens, like it was all professional. So, and they would have them all drying out. So, because it's a big market for getting money, because you can easily make like 5-10 grand a day if you really wanted to.
Really? Is that good?
Well, you got to know where you get it, and
right.
And if you, a lot of times they'll be on people's properties too, so you have to be careful. And those people, when they find out, unless you be like, hey, could I go on your land? They like to be near farmland, and also they like to be on morel mushrooms like to be on hills near water, because they grow when because the water goes through and it goes down the hill. And I think ginseng likes to be more so by valleys. So when you're like near valleys in the wooded area, not in the valley, but it'll be like kind of hilly and by a valley normally.
Yeah. Oh man, this is so okay. So I watch a lot of anime, and in anime, especially like the what they call isekai and the fantasy worlds, you know, they do a lot of everything is always in the woods. So they're always foraging, they're always survival, and they're always creating new basically powers from pulling from the earth. So listening to you telling me all this stuff has put me in the space. It's like I was just watching that on my show, you know, because I'm you know, we really all in there. Shout out to my Blurred family. You know, we love y'all. We love anybody that does that type of work. And now the fact that is you saying is big money in there. I'm thinking like, okay, you hustling like kind of like in the inner city, you know, selling coke, so to speak. You know, so,
yeah.
You know, like, okay, it can be, we're really not coke, we're talking about weed. You know, you're talking about Mary Jane, something that's simple, you know, you can grow it, make it yourself. But you're talking about, oh no, this big boy money, this is like life-changing money if you're really in it. And the fact that you're doing it, that's amazing. Now, so now with the mushrooms that you were talking about, like what kind of
morel mushrooms.
Morel? Well, I don't.
Morel mushrooms. They're morel mushrooms they're only growing when the temperature, the ground temperature, I can't remember, but you can get a thermometer, a special thermometer, and you can start temping the ground, so you know, like you know the mushrooms are coming. And I do want to put this out there that if anybody ever gets ideas of like doing ginseng, they will know wild from homegrown.
Oh.
They will not. They don't like homegrown. You won't make as much.
Right.
They like that wild stuff because that's like where it's like wild. So even with mushrooms, people try growing their own morel mushrooms to sell, and they're not the same. It's like you can tell. So morel. Yep.
Okay, cool.
They like to grow under dead elm trees, and then there's another dead type of tree that they like to. When the trees start dying, that's when the bark and stuff falls onto the ground, and it creates some kind of like environment that they like. And so, and they like to grow on hills. So, by water, and then they like to grow, like if you ever go and you see farmland and you see an elm tree and a dead one, they usually like, the elm tree will be in between the lines of like there's like cornfield and then something else. They usually like to grow between that, but a lot of times if there's like a little waterway, there could be some morel mushrooms, but the way to get a lot of them is usually going in the woods and looking at where the hills are and dead elm trees. And then there's another, yeah, like I said, there's another type of tree. There might be one or two other trees that they like. I can't remember, but elm tree is their most favorable one that they, yeah. So my father was the morel mushroom king.
Right, we gotta clarify. These are not
Yeah,
you're
those
not the psychos.
things, $200 a pound,
Wow.
up to 200 a
200
pound.
a pound. And then
Yeah, when the season's high, when they need like when they need as many. Otherwise, it's like 125, I think, lowest. Maybe 150 is average, and then 200 is high. But man, you can make a killing off of those mushrooms. But like I said, they're only available during a certain season. So for example, this is when you know like the mushrooms are coming. So let's say that the temperature is the ground, you're temping it, and it's getting like springtime. And you're like, okay, the buds on the trees are starting to bud. So that means the mushrooms are about to come any day. And if you don't see any and you know that there's a spot, you temp the ground, and then if it rains and gets cold, and then you know the next day is going to be warm, they're going to come that next day when it's warm. When it rains, because it gets cold then warm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it creates some kind of like moisture because it gets cold then it gets warm, and it creates
mushrooms. All the mushrooms that I know about like damp, warm places, but it's a mixture. So and I'm learning as you're doing. These are all strong for immune system and keep your immune system. So you don't get sick, do you?
I don't, but once in a while I do. Like I got like something not too long ago, but I don't get sick like I used to. But also I used to live in a home, my very first home that I had bought back in 2009, I think it was. I sold that house 2018 or 2018 I sold that house. So I owned that house for several years, and I kept getting sick in that house no matter what I would do. And I found out that there was mold.
So
I was prone to getting pneumonia, and I couldn't understand because I was like, I never get sick like this. Once I moved out of that home, I have not gotten. Last time I got majorly sick, I think I got the flu from like doing a gangbang, but
okay.
I try to like take care of myself, because during AVN I didn't get sick at all.
Yeah.
Because I went to bed early and I got up early, and I try to avoid doing too much because of all those people. So I did not get sick during AVN, but the year prior I got strep throat.
Oh, okay.
From like all of those guys, because I also was having a few drinks too, like when I was during AVN, so that obviously is going to weaken your immune system. But yeah, there was like a lot at this event that I had hosted, and then I did another event the next night. So I was up late, I was doing all this stuff, and I was like, we're kissing and you're exchanging stuff, so obviously like I got strep throat from that. But I ended up getting post-strep psoriasis. And it's psoriasis that is caused from like a bacterial infection. So like and there's nothing really you can do about it unless you want to take meds. But I did not take any meds, and I had spots all over my legs. So it took like 6 months to finally get rid of. And I just was like, I did an allergy test to see like what foods and stuff my body doesn't like. So apparently hops beer is my body. I don't drink beer, but if it's like soda. So what's funny is that once I started not eating these foods, the psoriasis started going down.
Right.
But I went out to Country Fest and I decided to have a drink. And later that night the spots got started flaring up. And I was like, dang, my body really does not. So anyways, I just like cut out a lot of food, and it was a really long process. And then I was doing red light therapy. I went and got a red light therapy panel. It's really heavy, and it's the medical grade one. And it was like I think it's $500 or $600, and I can grab it. It's right behind me.
Okay.
It's so strong you can't look at it because you have eyewear. So it's this right here.
Okay.
So it's very thick, and these are the good ones. Like any of the ones you see on Amazon, unless it says Huga, because I think some Huga will like distribute them through Amazon so they can make more money. But if they're not heavy duty, and they're just like a little strip with like little like lights, those are not legit.
Okay.
Because that there will kill the bacteria and like penetrate, because there's another button on it where it will penetrate even deeper, and it's really good for scars. And yeah, so I haven't used that one in a while, but I like that because it's so convenient just to turn it on for 5 minutes on my face. And I also have a hat where it's legit. It's by Bosley.
Bosley. So as people, if people are not knowing, man, I'm kind of mad I didn't stream this directly, but you know, it's all good. The fact that she's giving you beauty tips, holistic homeopathic beauty tips to not only keep your skin young and youthful, because I'm still flabbergasted on like you look like a freaking AI right now. You know, just naturally skinned, evenly skinned, perfect skin, and removing unnecessary bacteria. Because I think I must have caught the AVN blues. I think because they said this was a thing. You know, after AVN, all of a sudden you just in the house like in bed, and I was like, why the freak am I so sick? Because I don't get sick like ever, you know. And I was like, it must be my allergies, my sinuses or something. And I was locked in. I was locked in for almost a week and a half.
Oh gosh.
But I had to go to work, so it was like, because I still keep a little day job just to keep busy, because I be bored. Like if I'm not shooting or filming, you know, I be up all night. And coming from the nightlife world, you know, when you up, it's like, well, I could be doing something. So, you know, you work overnights, and I'm still interacting with people, and it's dusty in there. So you got the dust in there, plus the residuals from interacting with all those different people had me, I mean, hooked for at least a week and a half. And now that you're telling me like, oh, this could have been different type of bacteria from just person to person interaction, is nothing physical like sexual about it. It's literally like you're around thousands and thousands of people on a regular basis. And you're shaking hands and you're being cool with people, you're cordial, because you know this is a sociable space. You know, you're bound to be open to something. So, you know, keeping your body, your immune system especially, because I'm gonna definitely get some of that Essiac, that old lady that's how I look at it now, because now every time I see her I'm like, oh, that's the old lady. I'm definitely gonna get more. To definitely keep my immune system high, because you know, ashwagandha is really good. Echinacea, because ashwagandha, I'm making those into teas. And so the question is do you use or make teas or tinctures or any type of do you do those yourself? Do you do it, or you just mostly just get them from companies?
I don't make any myself. I just don't have the time for it, but I do have a bunch of tinctures, and I do have a bunch of teas. I have loose teas. I also have a mushroom blend that this lady made where she crushes it all up, and it's local, and she makes it. So I got the tincture from her and this mushroom blend. Also, there is something that I do use before an event that I would highly recommend. It's it penetrates right into the bloodstream, and it's I can go grab it quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm gonna walk away for just a few seconds.
No worries.
To my pantry and grab it real quick.
Yep. So while she's getting that together, you know, it's something that's amazing about seeing people who work in the industry, who's active, who's busy, who's keeping but still prioritizing their health, and how they're prioritizing their health is even better. The fact of the matter that, you know, the fact of the matter that one, she eats extremely well, and two, when you're in a business and you're in the social market, the fact that you have to keep your immune system at a strengthening space and a strong space is this. So like as I'm getting hooked up on Morel mushrooms, I didn't know nothing about them. You know, I like mushrooms, all different types of mushrooms, some for the illumination and others for the spiritual, and some for just basic mental health, because they all work for you, you know, and so anything from nature is for you and not against you, you know, point blank period. You know what I'm saying? And she's back here.
Yes, I have this here. It's called lipospheric vitamin C. So it comes in, it's not the most tastiest, but
Anything
so what do is I just get like a little bit of water like that, and then I open this and I try to pour it, and it kind of like builds up, and I just try to like swallow it whole, because I don't want to swallow it from this, because it's not the most tastiest, but it's if you just swallow it quick with the water, you won't really taste it. But this here is supposed to be really good. So people will be like, oh, it's like emergency. It's not. Emergency is really bad for you. So I would not recommend taking emergency. That like pill that people like put in their water.
Oh, okay.
That stuff is really bad for you.
Oh, wow. So that's not the good stuff.
No, that's not the good. This is going to be good for you, because this is going to go right to the bloodstream, and it's maximized absorption delivered via smart liposomal nanospheres, 1,000 milligram vitamin C. And if you take this before you fly, like right before you get on the airplane, and then you take it like, you know, the next day, and then you won't get anything from the airplane, because ever since I started taking this, I do not get sick when I fly, because I fly a lot.
Okay, so these are
yeah, so definitely these are good.
Yeah, so those are jet setter tips. Jet sip too.
I can show like
lipospheric vitamin C. Nice.
And then this is the box. So I get this locally at like a homeopathic, and they got herbs and vitamins in there. So it's not something that you can get at like a regular store, because it's too natural.
All right. We already know better than anything that's good for you is not good for their bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact that we give it this much game, I'm going to make sure that I structure it properly so that they don't flag us, because I've been, you know, when it comes to speaking, anything that will actually benefit you, the person, versus their bottom line. Because you know, a lot of people don't know. I used to study. I was studying to become a pharmacist during COVID, and you know, we started heavy in pharmacology, and from there, you're literally learning which is the study of what you ingest, where it goes in the body, and how it works for the body or against the body. That is literally all you do. And this is when I started learning how medicines are made, but how medicines affect the body, and how it affects the liver and the kidneys, you know, adversely or supportive or against it. So, you know, spending those years there made me realize that this wasn't for me, because I'm like, this is not helping nobody, but it's helping keeping the game going, but it's not helping them become better. And that goes against my core principle, which is the purpose of you know, me being on this earth at this point, is helping people become better based off the mindset and skill sets that I possess to share to you, right? And you know, that industry is a smaller industry when you're healing people versus, you know, helping people basically cope with their issue with it, you know what I mean? And I was like, dang, you know, because I'm from Detroit, so we all hustlers. We all, you know, well, everybody around me, with the exception of myself, sell drugs.
Yeah.
Like, everybody sell drugs. I'm the one that didn't. I'm the eyeball. I'm the one that went to school, and because I was like, you need somebody to be on the outside to bail you out, like, because that's not my game. But the fact of the matter that, you know, when you do things quote unquote the right way, and you find out it's just as wild as the, you know, the grassroots street level, just without the finey white coats and the you know what I'm saying, and the government working against you. So the fact of the matter that you're able to grow your own, you're working, your father, I'm obviously not you yet. Maybe is that something that you might end up getting into later, as you get more mature, or you decide to leave out the industry, but you still want to keep certain type of income coming in? I'm not sure. I'm asking a question, actually.
What's the question?
So I'm asking a question. Is the fact that you know so much about like growing and herbopathic, is that something that you might see yourself doing later in life? Or
I'll just keep doing it. I'm not really planning to retire anytime soon. But even if I did retire, it's not something that I'm gonna monetize off of, because it's not an easy thing to do, because there's a lot of stigmatism about it. There's a lot of you're very you can't say certain things on the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm not somebody that is the best when it comes to explaining certain things. I just try to show what I use, and I wouldn't be the best at like doing videos and stuff, because I guess I just do it because I enjoy doing it. I don't really think I'll monetize off of it. It's not a very big community, so you would have to really work a lot just to build enough, because it can take someone a while to convince them if there's somebody that's not sure of it. So it could take them a while to be convinced. I feel it's a lot more work than people would realize that there is. I don't plan on retiring anytime soon, so yeah.
Amen to that. That because it is work. I can comfortably say when I went down, because basically I healed my body, because I was I was diagnosed pre-diabetic. I was on my way, and I'm only can say, as full disclaimer, I'm not offering any health advice or direction, even though I'm a professional. I'm not licensed, so this is just my journey. Clear disclaimer on that. But I was able to remove the symptoms of diabetes that were prominent in majority of my friends and family out of my body. And that happened while I was in school, because of the fact that when we was testing the machines, and we was testing our glucometer, is when I discovered that I was at risk. Because mind you, I'm thin. I'm a skinny dude. So, but there's a thing of being skinny fat. Because it don't show up on you, but it still happened to you under, under the skin. So a lot of times, some of the more pleasantly plump people are actually more healthier than people that are thin like me. And when I realized that, now the numbers, I went to the doctor and they was like, "Oh, dude, you one donut away, from, jumping on there and being on permanent, shots and everything." So the fact of the matter that, fortunately, I was blessed enough to catch it early. And since I'm in school now, I'm not only learning how they treat it, but I'm also discovering now, taking time out to learn how to help myself from being stuck in it. And that put me down that journey to, go down and start learning about gut health. And that's how I found out about parasites and what they're addicted to, which is sugar. And, how cancer cells develop because of sugar, and all the different things like that. And how to get your mind going, eating different types of mushrooms and blending them in teas and stuff like that. So now that we're here, where that our health is always going to be our wealth, I strongly believe that. How does it, and because you actually keep a very healthy and strong immune system, working with others, how has it been working with other people in the industry, or even outside of your personal life, the environment that's basically, it seems like everybody is pretty much homeopathic that's in your circle, because that's how they also make a living for the most part. How
I
have
don't. Oh, go on.
no? Okay. Well, the question is, have you come across professionals inside and outside of the industry that follow the same path or journey that you have in regards to keeping it homeopathic, keeping it as spiritually and physically healthy as possible? And have you met people that are like that with you? And have you met people that are not like that? Is that a deal breaker from you working with them if they're not as classically healthy as others?
No, because I don't usually talk about it. And honestly, like, I wouldn't know if they were or not. I'm just there to work. But one of my best friends is, and she's in the industry, but she doesn't do like the same stuff that I do. But she likes to make things from scratch, and then but I mean, that's not a deal breaker, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna discuss like my beliefs or anything, because that can really affect your work, because I'm just there to like with when I do the events with the guys, I don't kiss at all. No kissing whatsoever. I try to minimize that with videos, because I am so afraid I'm gonna get sick.
Right.
So I know that sounds like really bad. So once in a while, I will kiss during a scene. Like if it's a pro shoot, then I will, but I don't do those a lot. But if it's like the gangbangs, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here. GBs, the GBs, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of them are just normal guys, and I don't know what their lifestyle is like. I don't know if they're taking care of themselves, and that's like that. I don't know if they were doing stuff with somebody who's not feeling well. I don't know, because I just don't.
Yeah. That makes sense. And I know, because I'm a kisser, but I'm not a kisser when it's time to work. That's my thing, like intimacy and romance, you know what I'm saying? So like that's one of the things like you want to preserve or save for someone that you're truly knowing and comfortable with. On top of the fact that the matter that is it's quick to get wild, in that space. With that being said, recipes on the Kuda Mama of keeping her fresh naturally versus, keeping her fresh and keeping her from having such I guess. Okay, so here's one thing. So some women I know don't have heavy menstruals, and then some women have extremely heavy menstruals. But do you have any insights on like what you do to manage your feminine space and keeping it healthy so that it doesn't have that heavy if any odor? Because like I came across, so I guess a small backstory before you answer that. I was a glamour fashion photographer, which is how I got started in the game, period, in exotic entertainment as a whole. That's how I started. So I was taking pictures of all of the entertainment performers in Michigan, which built my notoriety. So over time, I started dealing with a lot of women. You started learning a lot more about women that I god awfully was ignorant to and didn't want to know. But what happens is what happens, So as a habit, I started creating and having little novelties for women to maintain their essence at all times, and giving them offering suggestions on how they can keep it together before a shoot, after a shoot, or if they're going to hang out with their man. Because I've discovered that a lot of women don't know. They may have not been brought up in a household where their mother or father even had the knowledge or even talked to them about how to keep that together naturally or even normally. So what are some of the things that you do as a professional that keeps your Kuda Mama fresh?
Okay. Well, at home I have a bidet.
Just got hit with those. No sweet cake on that one, but the motherfucker's fire. I ain't even gonna cap. That was
It's nice because you can use it if you, when you go pee, because it's clean, it freshens everything up. So I would say using a prebiotic and a probiotic. So you want to keep a healthy gut health. And then just making sure, like, if you're working out, I use a hypochlorous spray, which kills the bacteria. It's like it just kills bacteria. It's just a spray, and I spray it on my armpits, and I spray it, it doesn't have a smell or anything. It just kills the bacteria. That makes a huge difference. Like when I'm coming back from the gym, I just spray everything. Plus when it kills that bacteria, you're reducing breakouts. I try to drink a lot of water because that's going to help. Try to reduce, after a scene, when I'm with all those guys, I use a thing called a dipstick, and it absorbs all of the semen. Because semen can cause your pH to like be off. And after a menstrual cycle, your pH can be off as well. There's natural types of boric acid. You don't have, like, not boric acid, but there's natural things like tea tree suppositories. Using after, you don't want to use it during, because it's not good if you use it during. Thankfully, I don't have a heavy cycle. In fact, because I do not want to get pregnant, I have an IUD, which I know there's like, I would rather have an IUD than be on birth control, like the pill or a shot, because it's the least hormonal one. I feel I haven't had any issues with it. I've had it for 5 years, and I guess because I don't want to get pregnant. I'm not interested in having any more babies. So I prefer just, I have thought about maybe having it removed and tracking my cycle, but I'm like, that seems like a lot of work. But I have heard that IUDs are more prone to yeast infections. And I don't know the backstory of why, but I have heard of that. So if somebody's watching this that is a woman and you have an IUD and you're suffering, it might be because of that. I know, because I have one, I have to take extra precautionary so I don't end up with anything like that, especially like after a shoot. And it's very important for the guy, because there are some guys that I will have a reaction to the pH balance being off, and then other guys I won't.
I like one of the things how I know a girl just got finished. So a lot of guys were insecure working with a male photographer coming in, especially if it's the first meeting. So what they would do is the guy would intentionally make sure he had intercourse with her and made sure he got all up in her sauce, and left all that in there. So when she comes to there, she might be relaxed or calm, but she also I know that he don't eat well because he would have a different tang that's coming off the worst pores. Due to the fact that I have a sensitive nose now, from controlling the space and having a studio, you can automatically tell, like, ooh, so your boyfriend did something to you, and you like, how you know? I said, I just know.
You can tell, especially from a woman, like if you're eating a bunch of processed foods, junk food,
like crab boils, and
it makes a huge difference. Stuff that's like super acidic, and stuff that's like heavy and like sauces and all that stuff can make it worse.
So how do you prepare for a scene? How do you actually prepare for those? Because it's a lot going on, because you're the queen of the GBs, as we coined it, and preparing for that. So how do you prepare, I guess, beforehand? And because you already shared how you take care of it after the hand, So I'm quite curious because I always wanted to know, like, because I never got a chance to ask them when we on site. It's like, how do y'all prepare for a scene, if especially when you know what it is, you know?
Yeah. I just make sure I rinse off, and then I use this body wash that I got from this woman makes this wash, and I got it from TikTok shop. It's a wash for down there. It's natural, and it's got like tea tree and a bunch of essential oils to make everything just fresh. So if like for example, Monday I have a shoot that I have to go to. I'll be flying into LA, and I'll because I've been on the airplane all day, I am not just gonna get off the airplane and do a shoot right away. So when I get to the studio, I'm gonna ask if I can take a quick rinse, because I'm gonna need one. So that wash, I'll have that wash. But yeah, that's what I just do. I don't really do anything crazy because I don't really feel like I have to do anything. Douching is not healthy.
Okay.
A lot of women think that it's healthy, but that actually the reason why you don't want to do so, unless you absolutely have to. So let's say you are breaking out on your skin. So when you're over washing your face, your body will overproduce oil to make up for that. So that's why it's always so important to use moisturizer, because your body isn't going to overproduce that sebum and that oil. And so that's why your face will not break out as much, because you're not drying it out and it's not overproducing. So that's like when women are douching and they're removing all that good stuff, your body like maybe the next day is going to start overproducing, or like, I don't understand, because you're removing that. So your body thinks that it needs to
Basically maintain
make more. Yeah.
So
Your body is really smart.
yeah,
So I would just wash the outside unless you absolutely have to. But yeah, rinsing with just water afterwards. Like but I wouldn't go in there and just, because that can throw your pH balance off. Guys talk about like, ooh, they need to wash up there and wash it out. That's gonna make it worse.
So how important, or even in your routine, on soaking, on just sitting and soaking? Like for me, I soak. Well, one, I'm older, so like I'm part of the '80s crew. I'm the earlier '80s, so soaking becomes a good thing, not just for aches and pains, but also for total body cleansing and detoxing. So like I'll do an Epsom salt soak with lavender, a little bit of rose, and some eucalyptus, and a spot of lemon. I actually have my essential oil, my diffuser oil burner going right now to keep this fresh, and because like I don't want to catch my nose, the sinuses, woo Jesus, because I found out in Texas, I don't know what it is about that air, it wreaks havoc on my allergy and my sinuses. So I keep my diffuser on me at all times. But I learned once I started using that combination, specifically the lavender and all that stuff, I don't have that many reactions when I travel and go to other cities, especially in the South, that have high pollen or drier heat. So I was curious, like in your space, do you soak or do other like little maintenances to just, keep your body exfoliating on its own outside of shoots?
Yeah, I do Epsom salt, and then there's also magnesium flakes. I try to avoid hot tubs because there's so much bacteria in hot tubs that you can get yeast infection from them. And like once in a blue, I haven't been in one in a long time because I just don't like the idea of sitting in a jacuzzi and absorbing. Once in a while, I think I was in a jacuzzi last year. I didn't have any issues, but for the most part, like obviously, like if you're in a clean bathtub, yeah, soaking is fine. As for lavender is actually, from what I did my research, it's fine for men, but for women, you have to be careful with using lavender because it can mess with your reproductive system.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because I avoid detergents with lavender, any kind of lavender deodorants, lavender moisturizers, because it can it messes with your reproductive. If you want to look on it later, the reason why lavender is not good for a woman's reproductive, and lavender is in everything. So
Yeah.
when I learned that lavender messes with the reproductive system, I cut it out completely.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that so I guess if anything, highly recommend getting that allergy test to see what your body like and what it don't like and what it has a hard time processing, because that is very important, in that part. So so now we learned that how to prepare for things. You got all custom made. Ooh, geez. Hey, we gotta. So that means, so in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, so for you to really have the best experiences possible, you got to get with some folks that make it custom versus the store-bought stuff that may or may not serve the trick, because it might be missing some of those natural ingredients that you need. Okay. Care to share some of your custom folks, or is that just they just got to find out on their own?
Yeah, I can share. I use lemon as deodorant.
Okay.
Uh, so, for example, I'll take a lemon and I'll cut it into wedges and I'll keep it. I haven't actually done this in a while because I've been traveling so much. But what I normally do is I put the lemon wedges in a Ziploc bag to keep it in the fridge. And
Mhm.
at night, you don't want to do this right after if you shave. I had laser hair removal, so I don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
But I will squeeze a little bit of lemon so that the juice, and I'll just rub the lemon wedge, and then I'll air dry it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll go to bed like that. So that naturally kills the bacteria and also
Yeah.
lightens your underarms too over time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that I do. And then I'm trying to think of other things that I do. I clean my home with essential oils. And
Mm-hmm.
also, never put your essential oils in a plastic bottle. If
Right.
anybody's watching this, always keep it in glass.
Mm-hmm.
I use, like, this here is in glass. This is something, I mean, this is Amber brand. This is a Canadian brand. I don't use perfume.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an oil perfume. There's no actual perfume. It's just oil, and then there's something else in here. And this does not give me a migraine. So I get so many compliments on that.
Yeah.
Um, I I have a lot of I'm trying to think of what else I have that's like super natural. I have a lot of I have like Epsom salts. I have oat baths that I do to hydrate my skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of what I have in my kitchen, like mushroom blends,
Mm-hmm.
mushrooms crushed up into powder
Yeah. Yeah.
for teas. My face, I do gua sha,
I don't know.
which is like it's you usually get a stone and you're pretty much getting the lymphatic system. So
Mm-hmm.
if your face feels swollen, or if you feel like your face is big, or you feel like you have extra like skin under your neck, it's actually your lymphatic system is backed up.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I
Okay.
can let someone in. I'm about to pause this for a second.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a few other things.
All right, cool, sweet. We're back.
Okay.
And we're back
Yeah.
again. And she was giving us her beauty secrets and beauty tips on first thing first, she used natural lemon. I didn't even think about this one because I heard about turmeric, especially for a lot of women I'm around, they use turmeric to keep their skin glowing. So they use like raw turmeric or powdered turmeric that you get right at the store, and they'll wash with that, and that does wonders for the glow. But I ain't never heard of
That's good
lemon,
too.
heard of the lemons, what's that? It gives you a natural sweet smell. I'm assuming taste too,
Kind of. I've never really ran into that part, but I feel like there's really no smell. Like you'll wake up in the morning and your armpits, there'll be absolutely no smell, like no BO, because it kills the bacteria. So if
Yeah.
you suffer from really bad body odor, um, lemon is like really good for killing it. And then if you, obviously, like when I do have natural deodorant, so I will layer it in the morning. I will also do it again, and then I'll dry it, and then I'll add on a deodorant. So that way everything, I smell good from the deodorants, and also that lemon is killing the bacteria. Another thing that I do, you know, just getting sleep. And then for, I'm trying to think, yeah, teas. I drink a lot of teas. I have a lot of loose teas that I really enjoy doing.
I'm a tea.
Yeah, and then I know this one is another one. If you want to keep your reproductive system healthy, try to avoid synthetic materials. Like, try to stick with cotton.
Okay.
Polyester messes with your reproductive system.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of chemicals in polyester, and the factories use stuff so it absorbs into your skin.
Yeah.
So my bed sheets are all cotton. So try to, yeah, it's I like silk, cotton, wool. Never mix wool with it even goes to biblical times, because it cancels out, and it's pretty much, you're not, what's the point of wearing it if you're, so yeah, just keeping to natural fibers, because yeah, polyester is the worst for your skin.
Yeah, two major facts on that, you know. Now, do you have any tips for men to I guess for power time, hang time, taste time, because you know all of those areas fit into our world. I, you know, for like, I have beats. You know, beats are very important for men to keep it together. Even if you get the powder beets and, you know, mix it into your smoothies or your whatever the hell y'all drink, I be on men head about that, because you know, from the ladies who says to me like, hey, I don't mind, you know, tasting you because you taste so well, you know, so to speak. But you know, outside of that and water, is there anything that you may have came across, or the fact that you have, you know, that your father does ginseng, and I know that's very good for men as a whole, and women too, but specifically for men, for blood flow, circulation, and things of that sort. You know, what type of ginseng does he harvest?
He didn't, he gets wild ginseng.
Oh,
So
just wild ginseng as a whole.
yeah, because that's the type that they're gonna buy. They're not
Okay.
gonna buy like if you do it yourself.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So like it was a specific brand or a specific type of ginseng.
Yeah, just wild,
Okay.
out in nature. Yeah, so for men, I would highly recommend taking a prebiotic and a probiotic,
Okay.
because gut health is going to make a big difference.
Mhm.
And then try to reduce processed foods if you can, because those processed foods are not good on the gut, and the gut is like a second brain. And yeah, and taking care of the oral health is a big factor.
Okay. Like
I've
talk
met
about
some
sneaky breath.
men, yeah, I've met some men where I was like, I think you need to go to the dentist, because you have some like like some dental like issue. You need to floss. Flossing is the biggest thing, because dental health is very important, because if you're not taking care of your teeth, you know, I can only imagine like what you're eating. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just like, for example, what's really good with brushing your teeth, baking soda.
Yeah.
It's really good, because it's actually better for your teeth. From my aunt swore by baking soda. She would go to the dentist, like, you don't have any cavities, and these are the best looking teeth. But yeah, dental health is the biggest thing, because all it takes, yeah, I've met some men where I'm just like, I literally can't with you right now. I don't say anything, but I'm just like, yeah. So dental is the biggest thing for me. I'm like,
get that bacteria out your gummies and yummies, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
and it's like it's because you're not flossing. Flossing, because flossing is like the biggest factor in everything. And I have braces, so I have to really floss.
And you got the water flosser, or you use the
Yeah, that I have that. I don't use it as much, but I use like I have these like picks that go in between my braces, and then so if you're not flossing, you're gonna have bacteria overgrowth in between the teeth, and it's gonna create cavities. And I'm just gonna assume the reason that those men is because maybe they don't have any cavities filled. They just have cavities galore in their teeth. And also another thing is you look at someone's tongue, you can tell by their gut health if they have white on their tongue and if they have indents on their tongue. That is because of their gut health from the indents from the teeth from pressing. But normally you shouldn't have that if you have good gut health.
Okay. So if they have white or stuff like so, what about tongue scraping?
Yeah, but even if you do, because it's going to be an overgrowth of yeast, and the only way you can fix that is your gut health. Okay. Yeah. So if you see somebody with a really nasty tongue, because you'll see their gut health is so bad, like they're probably eating lots of sugar and a lot of processed foods, and it really like, yeah, I've seen some. I have seen some really bad tongues where I'm like, I am not kissing you.
Right.
I didn't say it right. It's like, yeah. So, obviously, like, there might be once in a while, like our tongues can get some coloration on it, but that's sometimes normal. But if it's like, you can definitely tell when someone is not taking care of their gut health because their tongue is like massively white.
Okay. Wow. So so with that being said, probiotics, what do you take, as your probiotics, and then what do you recommend? Because there's different types based off of, like, especially for men and women and their digestive health, that helps and breaks down, but also helps them with, like, for men, they want to maintain, basically keeping it hard. This is really what they only care about. Can they stay hard?
Yeah.
I stress men to make sure that you eat like fruits or and other type of mostly fruits, so that you're when you're bussing, it's not disgusting to the girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a new one. I can't remember, but I would recommend going to a store that specializes in like homeopathic and herbs and stuff instead of just going to like Target or Walmart, because you don't know like if those probiotics are legit, if they're filled with fillers and stuff, because it would be pointless. Finding a good one that's gonna be really good for you, because I have a dietitian. So I ordered, but I can't remember the name of the brand. But my dietitian isn't just a Western type medicine. She's more on the homeopathic side. So having a more holistic dietitian makes a huge difference, because they're gonna have all the links to all the best of the best products. Yeah, and not overdoing it with vitamins, because if you have really poor gut health, you don't want to overdo it with the vitamins.
They vitamins is basically like, if you're a brick, that's the cement, but without brick, it doesn't stack right. Because I stress a lot of people in general, they be mad that they listening now, but they was hard-headed back then. Minerals are what the body really needs, that and amino acids. So we can go all the way down, but I'm not about to black off of that part right there.
No, I was just gonna say, like, your body can't absorb it if your gut health isn't taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
Your body, because I had that whole thing with my own dietitian. I was doing IVs and stuff, and she said your body is not absorbing it because you need to heal your gut health. So I've been through a journey. I was I have a past where I was drinking and stuff, so
Oh yeah, I mean we all
and so
libations is the
I
thing,
had to,
right?
yeah, I had to get back in on it, and yeah, when
Yeah,
they, mhm.
yeah. That I've been I spend a lot of time finding. I'm a shout out to a lot of celebrities who are now when they create a spirit brand, they're finding ones that are that's less filled with shit and or grown and not processed, but they're actually done in a very clean um uh way where that you're not just getting a buzz or something like that, but you're also
Mhm.
it's not fucking you up. You just get
Yeah.
the benefit without the blowout. You know,
Mhm.
because that's because like as all of us, every once in a while we're gonna turn up a little bit. You know,
Mhm.
turn down for what? Why?
Mhm.
Uh, especially after seeing because after ABM, man, I was drunk as shit. um, off of Bacardi. I love me some
Oh
Bacardi.
gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't drink at all. I had one seltzer drink during the awards, but
Uh-huh.
that was just at the end of it all, and I was
Yeah.
like, "You know what? I'm just gonna have one drink."
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really drink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was my only. That was my first time cut loose because, like, when I'm at home, I'm like, I think a lot of people don't realize if we're not performing or shooting or like working, we're pretty fucking lame. Like we're boring as shit, outside of the, what is time to turn on, because of the fact that for me it's the maintenance. It's like, dude, I have a routine that keeps my shit. Like people be thinking like I'm around women all day. I'm like, no, dude, I'm by myself 90% of the time.
Mhm.
What I'm saying, or with my family. Um, that's it. Like
Yeah.
other than that, but in their mind, you just team busted wide open, right? Every day, all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, they think I'm out here doing stuff every single day, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I am by myself most of the time unless I'm taking care of, family stuff. But other than that, I'm always going out to LA and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have my maintenance coming up, my hair and
Yeah.
my braces getting tightened. So that whole week I have a bunch of stuff that I have to do. So I'll be staying home, and I think I'm gonna clean out my pantry and reorganize all of my mushroom stuff, and uh yeah.
Yeah. So dating wise, you like, how do you choose them? By you being, very clean about especially about your health and your system. How do you choose them, or do you even choose them? You know.
I'm divorced, and I've been well, I was with my ex-husband. We were together for 17 years. And
Wow.
then that was 5 years ago, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we were technically together for, I mean, I want to say we were married until last year, July. So that was 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, it's like 22 years in. But I know it sounds like really confusing. So I've been single for 5 years, and our divorce finally finalized. But I haven't dated since. I just don't have time for it. I'm just so busy.
Right, right. Touche, touche. It's enough going on, to well, shit. You've been married for a long time. Yeah,
Yeah,
like fuck them all for a minute. Like, all right, I'm good. Which
yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. For a minute, like, I don't need no emotions right now. Fuck your emotions. Let's get the bag.
Yeah. It's just easier to do things. It's really hard to do all of this and then having to set time aside. And it's like, it just isn't realistic. And
Mm.
personally, I just don't know how it would work in my area because I'm always gone. Like,
Yeah.
and when I come home, the last thing I want to do is go hang out with people because I don't hang out with people here. I want to go get my maintenance done. I gotta go get my hair done. And then I want to go take a nap. And then
Uh,
I don't even own a TV.
oh wow. Well,
Yeah,
shit,
so
in this
I'm
day
like,
and
no
age,
movie
that's
night.
cool. Like they thought you was, in this day and age, that's okay. Cause I know, early on, if you didn't have a TV, like what? What do you?
No, I don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV in years.
Yeah,
And if somebody were to date me and they were to come over, there's no TV. We have to talk.
yeah. You have to have a real conversation, the real connection, sucker. Like other than that, do you have a preference on the kind of man you date? Like, you like them tall, short, fat, old, young?
I haven't really thought about it. I just prefer someone who is, doesn't have a big ego, like someone who is very, mindful and, um, just very aware of, things, and not someone who's pushy on beliefs, just someone who is, very understanding. Because I don't judge people if they don't do the same thing, but I'm not gonna like tell them what to do unless they want my help. So I'm not really into like the pushy stuff, because it just my brain will get too overwhelmed and I'll shut down. So I just prefer, if I did, I would just prefer somebody who is adventurous and free-minded, and obviously like accepting of my work, because my work is work, and at the end of the day, I'm done filming and then the guys are like, bye. Like, right. I've had guys where they thought they were going to come out to eat with me later, like with the camera guy, and I'm just like, bye.
Touche.
I'm not interested. I'm just here for the shoot.
Right. Thank you for a good time. Goodbye.
Have a good day.
Yeah. It's all good.
Someone who is very in tune with their masculinity and understands that the woman is a woman and not a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's men that hate women and want them to be more like a man, and that really messes with the masculinity and the femininity. And then I wouldn't say I'm masculine, but I mean, I'm always working and stuff. So, but if I had someone, I would prefer them to be more on the masculine side, and who is more in tune with what those energies are, so that the woman feels safe and can be herself. And that's what I don't think, if I were to tell that to fans, they would I feel like they wouldn't understand it sometimes, and they get mad and they think like, oh, she's a gold digger. And I'm like, it's not what it's about.
Not at all. I mean, know your role, Jabroni. And I think a lot of people as a whole, because of the media and the blurring of what roles are defined clearly, it really is I give people a grace. It's like it's a time to learn, and then then some things is just, you just gotta basically let people know, like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm gonna bring to this table for us to make
and
then you can let me know if that matches or don't matches. And then
usually I can tell because I don't chase men. I just let them decide. If they're into me, they're into me. If they're not, they're not. So that's how I go. But I haven't dated, so I haven't really had that chance.
I know they own you. I know they own you tough, but it's not that time or place for their, if you ain't cutting the check, goodbye.
Yeah.
Touche. They I'm loving this. I'm loving the education I'm getting, because I don't just try to interview people just for like advertising, marketing, and branding. I really want to learn more about you, the person, and your ideas, especially when they're aligned with stuff I really do. So it's not a lot of times people, when you talk to people, they're just in your face just trying to clout chase or figure that out. I'm like, no, dude, I want to know, because I genuinely want to know you. I want to understand you as the person, and develop a genuine connection, because we have things in common, period. It has nothing to do with anything outside of that. And I've learned so much that I'm like, damn, I wish some of the folks over here in the Michigan, Detroit would follow some of his, some of the ideas, because it's not like that, baby.
Not in the Midwest.
Not in the West. It's cold. It's tough. It's very tough. I'm ready. I'm actually, I'm already preparing myself to get on, the only fact of the matter that I'm still a family man, so I'm back and forth. And but once I'm able to fully migrate, um,
Yeah.
it's a wrap. I can't wait. Trust me, I cannot wait. Just for access and more people that do follow this homeopathic place, that do follow good healthy habits that actually keep them in a more stronger space. Because you look 21 really, but you speak so your maturity is like, okay, 25, you graduated college. I never would have got your current age, because I'm in my 40s. And a lot of people think I'm 30 something. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit of gut health and and exercise, and basically getting a lot of the toxin out of your body. You age backwards, and that's the secret to youth, I believe. And the fact that it also, eating a more healthier way, keeps your pencil pocket, longer. Because my father is 72 and he's a mess. I love it.
Oh no.
Man, he be having them come through there, baby. I was like, God damn, man. He was like, shit, it ain't broke, baby. I said, and he's 72, still morning woods. So, and I want to be like him in that respect. He's still good, healthy. He's just not having gray. You never would have thought it, and that. So
Yeah.
share those experiences and education for people of, that's in our profession, in our skill set. And knowing that, hey, listen, we're, we keep it together. That's why we are together. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I want to thank you for taking this time out, because you did break your routine for me, and that is truly, truly appreciated. It goes without saying, anything that you need me to do or help or support, you got a friend over here, period. With that being said, again, I'm going to tag you on all your stuff. Is there anything that you have coming up or that you want to share with people to know about you, even in your homeopathic place, that they might want to tune into?
I don't really share any of this kind of stuff on the internet, so this is pretty much the only place. If I ever were to do this again, I mean, this would be pretty much it. I do want to put this out there that I did forget to say this about the water. So I do not drink anything unless it is spring water. I am totally against.
Yeah.
I don't drink no pure. Well, if I have to, if it's like I'm absolutely thirsty, purified water, okay. But I am strictly spring water. My animals get spring water. I know they're bougie. All of my ice cubes, when I'm putting them spring water, none of that. If I boil water, it's either got to be purified or spring water. No toilet water.
All the they don't
It's
even
nasty, and it's not good for you.
Yeah.
It's so nasty. There's so many chemicals in it that it's not good for you. It's nasty. I don't know how anybody can drink that with a straight face. I went to this restaurant and I took one sip and I was like, I am not going to drink this. I would rather drink a soda than drink that.
Right on that. And I'm big on alkaline water, alkaline in my water, heavy, because listen, if you could get more people to just give it a chance to do what they do, you'll be mountains, better, feel better, move better. And and I tell a lot of my younger friends that I'll be trying to get them. I said, dude, you're gonna need to fix this. At least start by 30 something, like at least start then, because I didn't get on my journey until I was like 36, 37. And I look at a before and after of myself, of what I looked like then and what I like then. I looked like my old self looked like my dad's, older version. I was like, God damn, we look totally opposite. I was like, woo, dude, because I had no chest. I had a big gut, and it sit low, because when you're skinny fat, it shows up in the gut, and it's sluggish and now, athletic and stuff like that. And and then I look at you and it's like you just jumped off the thing, they just hit the button and then here you go, AI version perfect. You feel me? And it's amazing.
Mental health makes a big difference too.
Yeah. So that's the next thing. Just having your mental health together. How do you like? For me, I listen to a lot of classical music. and a lot of personal development talks. How do you maintain your mental health, especially with the work that you do now?
I had therapy done in 2021 for a few years, but that was because of like marriage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that really did help. But I've gotten to a point where therapy can only do so much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so because of my past, I'm gonna need EDMR.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like that pretty much it's like about eye movement. So you get hypnotized. So basically you go back to your very first memory, and then you think about something traumatic or something, and they tell you to hold that thought, and then they do a vibration, and then it creates a positive feeling. So you don't hold on to that trauma, and you don't respond to certain things a certain way, because you could be fine during the day, and all of a sudden something could, like for me, because of my past, something could trigger me and I don't even know what it was, and then I'll be sad about something because of my past. So and EDMR is the only last step, because I've done ayahuasca and that's really good.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you ever have any traumatic past or something in your past, EDMR is going to be like one of those things that is going to help heal that trauma, because of the way that we respond sometimes has to do with how we hold on to
Yeah,
memories.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that is one thing that I'm looking for. I'm just having to find somebody I can trust because of my work.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
mhm.
that's the biggest thing. For me, it turned out doing ABN, I had a psilocybin moment, and love the shrooms, and and I had a trauma cleanse do in my room, in my hotel room. During that moment, it pulled up. I ended up seeing colors that were my colors are Tiffany blue.
Oh, nice.
It was the Tiffany blue and pink, and those colors was the intertwining of releasing and releasing the dams that was in my mind, or the traumas that was holding back, and
Yeah.
opening up the doors for my next prosperous, which was the pinks that was coming in, and it was such a joyful moment. I haven't had a bad moment or a bad feeling since then. So since
Oh,
ABN,
that's amazing.
I've been on 10,000, on that. So the fact, you had that ayahuasca moment, and now you're going into the EDM space. It's like, dude, because I was like, it's everybody's, I guess, trauma skill sets is different. For me, it turned out to be that trauma cleanse in that space happened, off the shrooms. But I'm kind of curious to see what's that experience like, just for educational purposes. you know
Yeah.
I might become a streamer just for that, just as that that journey, because these are new terminologies I don't know nothing.
Yeah. A lot of times we can have shame stored in our body, and that's why
Yeah,
we'll respond when haters respond to things. It's
yeah.
because they have shame stored in their body because they were
Mhm.
brought up to be, they were shamed for something, and they don't even realize like you're shaming somebody, but also it's because that's how they feel. So
Yeah.
they themselves could probably benefit from,
Mhm.
something, but obviously you need haters to make it in this world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's
So I'm like, I'll just let them hate, and then and then the people who get it, if they, but yeah, I just have to find somebody that I can trust, because it's not everybody is qualified to do EMDR, yeah, EMDR, because it takes a very skillful person, because they have to like do so much stuff too, and it can be very deep. So
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
everybody wants to
Unlocking.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Unlocking those, getting to the root of any issue. Some people just are fearful of that journey. And it is some for me. It's unfortunate because, like, I've I would say lost, because I think it was a loss, but it was also a release. Where I meet people that I know we're perfectly aligned with each other, but it's that 1% where that you just gotta let it go. And I'm not saying that in like an unempathetic spaces, but it's like you're holding on to that, and we both know that this is hindering you for your next level, because you want the next level, but you're not willing to let go of this trauma or this hindrance that it's like you want to anchor onto it because it gives you something to talk about. Like you're
Yeah.
fearful of growing because then you won't have nothing to relate to somebody. And I'm like, but on the other side, you have more people to relate to, or you have a different experience now because it's like, hey, it's like, it's not trauma bonded, but it's like we're trauma overcoming. You feel me? And
Mhm.
you know, and that's the space because that's definition of what like the exoticpreneur experience is all about is master of himself and everything around them. But they are master attractors. They're also attraction masters, so they can speak and attract the right people. But they also, because they are the manifestation of attraction, they're also
Mhm.
drawing light among themselves to help people get through their shadows. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you know, this is the philosophy that I built my whole career off of, and it works. Obviously, it's been working.
Mhm.
But now, you know, through the documentation and you know, living, not just talking about, but living that lifestyle, I can
Mhm.
assess. And I meet people like you who live that lifestyle, even though, you know, and again, the fact that you're sharing that information with me and to the public is just another gracious thank you.
Mhm.
You know, because I want to, you know, obviously talk to you for hours, but we
Yeah.
we have lives that we have to really get to, and all that stuff. So, you know, it's just one of those spaces where that, when you find peace within other people, it becomes
Yeah.
a pace of prosperity.
Mhm.
So I appreciate you for that, again. Uh,
Mhm.
but with that being said, you know, is there anything that you want to share with me in regards to anything I might have missed uh, on just your health journey, sexual journey, um, and spaces?
I can't think of anything else. I mean, I'm sure that there's lots of things, but it could be dragged out for a long time. So
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else that I need to share. I mean, like I said, there's lots of things that I could share, but that could get dragged out. But within what we talked about, I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, so all right, well, awesome, awesome. As people y'all know, yeah, if you don't know about her, Googler, Wisconsin Tiff. You got to put in 2 X's to 3 for you to pull up stuff because there's some other stuff that comes up.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They're gonna
Yeah,
see me and it's gonna be a completely different person.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
why is she doing all this? And if they go on my Instagram, they're gonna be like, wait, she seems like so nice.
yeah,
Those are just skits.
yeah.
I'm just good. I'm just really good I'm really good with messing with emotion because
What's your
when it
what's your
rage
astrological?
bait rage bait messes with people's emotions. They just
Hmm.
use.
Yeah.
It's just for fun.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, really. What's your astrological sign? What's your sign?
What's that?
What's your sign?
I'm in Aries.
Yours Aries. Oh, okay, right. Boss lady. So you're coming up.
Yeah,
April or May?
April.
April marriage. Oh, okay, cool. Definitely boss lady. No smoke. Thank you.
Yeah,
Love it. I love the assertiveness and master of control that y'all have. You know, y'all
yeah,
really handle y'all business and it's top tier.
yeah. If I want something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
If I have to be extra cringy, knowing I'm gonna get views, I'll be extra cringy. Because at the end
Right.
of the day, I log off. That ain't me. I'm going off to the grocery store. And I don't look anything like my internet pictures. Like right now, everybody looking at me like I look like some wholesome, holistic girl. And then going on there, I look bougie.
Mhm.
Makeup, I always get my makeup and hair done professionally. So I always look really well put together. But when I'm off camera, she's gone. She's just a fantasy.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, fantasy brings the fans, what brings the
Yes.
funds. So you know, we love you. We love you. Trust me, we love you. We're gonna give you a dream that you want to pay for, and then we're gonna make sure when you come to our expos and support our business, we're gonna give you the experience that you've been looking for.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, what you say?
Oh, I said, all right.
Yeah. So I know I didn't say it with that being said a couple times, but we're officially, as you see, this woman has mastered the art of attraction internally and externally, holistically, and in a healing space where that, as you can see her, she ages backwards. She does not age at all. As you can see, she's stacked, she's built, she's beautiful. I like I love the glasses. That's just my thing. Um,
Thanks.
but the fact of the matter that She's overcome her trials and tribulations. She's done did the work and still possibly doing more work now because she's experiencing new graces and new places. And because of that, uh, from the mind of an entrepreneur, we want to make sure that you know that in Wisconsin, there's a Tiffany, Tiff, as we call her, Wisconsin Tiff, that's top tier up there. She's going to work on you inside and out, and you're going to love being blessed by her because she has no problem taking it how you give it. With that being said, you will see the link in the below. All of you, stay healthy. Let's become wealthy. Don P, Wisconsin Tiff, we out here. Peace.
Okay.
And
Again,